Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to take a second to talk about one of the topics that I hit in my forthcoming book. It's not a long book; it's really a short set of ideas. And the title of the book is that we're working with right now is "It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar: A New Paradigm for Black America." And the scope of the book focuses primarily on number one, reclaiming the village. That means all of us accepting the idea that because there are so many young black kids that don't have parents because of mass incarceration or just because maybe their parents didn't have parents, the village has to really come back into effect to make sure that all of these children get what they need. So this whole old argument that, well, I'm going to leave it up to the parents to do what's right, or we're not going to take on the record labels because it's up to the parents. Well, I want to throw that out the window because there are a lot of kids out here who don't have good parents, who don't have good mentorship, who don't have a father in the home. So I believe that all of us should remember that you don't have to have a child in order to be a parent. The other part of the book, the other component I want to dig into is raising expectations for ourselves, for our community, for our children, in terms of how we think about money, how we think about education, how we think about building communities, how we develop our families, really raising the bar. And so one of the points I want to hit on here is something that I just shared in a conversation I was having with a woman that I know who has a couple of young kids, and her kids, now she's a single parent. A couple of her kids are both of her kids actually are very, very intelligent. Both of them are just model children. I mean, straight A students, really doing great things. Gonna do great things in life, if you ask me. And one of the things that I mentioned to her was, I said, well, your daughter's going into the ninth grade, and I've met her. I know how smart she is. Did you ever think about letting her go ahead and do college level work? And I don't know if she had really thought about that before, but I said, look, I've taught seniors at the college level, and I know that your child is every bit as intelligent and as mature as a lot of the seniors that I teach, that I taught at Syracuse University. So I don't see why she can't do college level work. And so, she didn't quite get it at first, but when I explained it, I think she started to kind of process it. And here's the thing, here's why I made this argument. The reason I made this argument to her was because we have to really get accustomed to the idea of really pushing our kids to be the best that they can be. It doesn't mean that you make it so it's life or death, or oh my God, your life is over if you don't make an A on this test. No, but you push them. You push them to really keep searching for that higher level, because what you're doing is you're setting a foundation and a pattern that they're going to stick with for the rest of their lives. They're not going to settle for mediocrity anymore, because mediocrity was never acceptable in their household. So if you got that child who's making straight A's in school and they're in the eighth grade, let them do high school level work. Let them go ahead and take algebra and calculus and all that. And you can get all that on the internet. They got calculus classes right there on YouTube that you can take that can give your child that leg up, that extra advantage. And then you preach to them. Tell them little things like, you should never settle for where you are. You always want to be better. You always want to do better. You always want to look for the next level. That's what breeds excellence. One great example that I knew back in high school was Allen Houston. Allen Houston eventually went on to become an NBA All-Star with the New York Knicks. He's now one of the, I think he's a vice president or something with the Knicks. He's made well over $100 million as an athlete, and probably made a few million as an executive. And one of the things, but here's the thing, that's not what impressed me about Allen. What impressed me about Allen was the way his father, Wade Houston, really set a structure and an expectation for him to really rise to the highest heights of his manhood. That meant academically. Allen was always in the advanced classes all through high school. I wasn't in the advanced classes. I'm a professor, but Allen was in the advanced classes. Athletically, Allen's father never let him believe that he was as good as everybody was telling him that he was, because his dad would have him play against guys in the NBA, guys who were playing at the college level, and they would wear his butt out. He's a ninth grader, 10th grader. He's playing against guys in the NBA. It let him know every single day that you're not that good yet. You got a long way to go. There are people out here who are better than you. And so what happened was he developed a habit, almost an addiction for improvement. And I use the word addiction in the best possible light because it has a negative connotation, but he became a very enthusiastic about being the best that he could be and pushing himself to that higher level. So that's what I say you should do with your kids. Teach them to always look for that higher level. When I was in college at the University of Kentucky, once I found out that I was a good enough student to do well, I didn't want to just be a straight A student. I wanted to see. I would say, okay, I made straight A's. That's old. I've done that. Let's see if I can get a triple major. Let's see if I can take 24 credit hours when everybody else is taking 15. I literally did stuff like that because I wanted to keep pushing pushing and pushing and pushing myself to higher levels. And what I found was that spilled over into everything I did after school was over. When school ended, I was still pushing for that higher level because there's something that just burns inside of you that makes you want to be the best you can be. So teach your kids to be excellent. Don't teach them to be good. Don't teach them to be the best in their group. If they're the best in the group that they're in, find a better group. That's the bottom line. So when I'm going to finish with that last point and let you know that you as the parent, you control your child's destiny. You make those decisions that are going to be critical for your child's future. Everything that you say, they're going to lean on that. They're going to remember that. That's going to stick with them. And so set the bar high. And if you're not a parent, if you're a young person who's going to have kids, keep this in mind when you raise kids. Start that from the very beginning. Start excellence from when they're born, and then also for yourself. No matter whether you're a kid that's 20 years old or a kid that's 50 years old or 80 years old, you've always got that future in front of you that you want to see come to fruition. So set that bar of excellence for yourself. It's never too late. That's all I want to tell you. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. The name of the new book is "It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar: A New Paradigm for Black America." It's built off of our New Paradigm forums that we had last year with Minister Louis Farrakhan, Cornel West, Dr. Steve Perry, Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, and we're going to keep it moving because our goal is to establish a new paradigm of thought in our community that will lead us into the 21st century, where we are free men and women. We're not slaves. We're not playing second fiddle. We're going to be at the top of our game. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm all about, and that's what you're all about too. Take care. God bless. I'm gone. Peace.